Good morning, this is Pastor Brian. Thank you for joining me as we read a chapter a day from Second Corinthians. Today, chapter 7. Paul continues his defense of his ministry and then kind of jumps back several chapters and kind of re-reports on where he is traveling. So let's jump into chapter 7. My dear friends, since we have these promises, let's cleanse ourselves from anything that contaminates our body or spirit, so that we make our holiness complete in the fear of God. Make room in your hearts for us. We didn't do anything wrong to anyone. We didn't ruin anyone. We didn't take advantage of anyone. I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty. I've already said that you are in our hearts so that we die and live together with you. I have every confidence in you. I'm terribly proud of you. I'm filled with encouragement. I'm overwhelmed with happiness while in the middle of our problems. Even after we arrived in Macedonia, we couldn't rest physically. We were surrounded by problems. There was external conflict and there were internal fears. However, God comforts people who are discouraged, and he comforted us by Titus's arrival. We weren't comforted only by his arrival, but also by the comfort he had received from you. He told us about your desire to see me, how you were sorry, and about your concern for me, so that I was even happier. Even though my letter hurt you, I don't regret it. Well, I did regret it just a bit, because I see that the letter made you sad, though only for a short time. Now I'm glad, not because you were sad, but because you were made sad enough to change your hearts and lives. You felt godly sadness, so that no one was harmed by us in any way. Godly sadness produces a changed heart and life that leads to salvation and leaves no regrets. But sorrow under the influence of the world produces death. Look at what this very experience of godly sadness has produced in you. Such enthusiasm. What a desire to clear yourselves of blame. Such indignation. What fear, what purpose, such concern, what justice. In everything you have shown yourselves to be innocent in the matter. So although I wrote to you, it wasn't for the sake of the one who did wrong, or for the sake of the one who was wronged, but to show you your own enthusiasm for us in the sight of God. Because of this, we have been encouraged. In addition to our own encouragement, we were even more pleased at how happy Titus was. His mind has been put at rest by all of you. If I bragged about you to him in any way, I haven't been embarrassed. Instead, our bragging to Titus has also been proven to be true, just like everything we said to you was true. His devotion to you is growing even more as he remembers how all of you were obedient when you welcomed him with fear and trembling. I'm happy because I can completely depend on you. So that's the end of chapter 7. As I mentioned, there's just a little bit of a brief connection at the first 4 verses of chapter 7 to chapter 6. And then it goes back to Titus's report that he received and the letter that he gave that made the people, as we read, sad. But what a great example of someone saying something, I don't want to say negative, but saying something that caused the sadness, as Paul puts it. Let's just use Paul's words. That caused sadness, but that sadness, that guilt, that sorrow that they felt, produced a change. And it wasn't a guilt or a sadness just to hurt them and to make them feel horrible about themselves, but one that really was intended to produce change. And that change was joy. That change was an enthusiasm to continue to spread the word of God, to continue to work to be better Christians. And so, yeah, Paul's excited. I'm excited for the Corinthians that these words were able to help them. These words were able to change them. These words gave them hope and joy, and that hope and that joy and that enthusiasm and that change was seen by Titus, and that Titus said, Paul, yeah, they were sad, but look at how much happier they are now, and how much more they love God, and how much they understand the truth that you shared with them. I think it's a beautiful chapter that Paul writes and shares with them, that we get that insight into the relationship between Paul and the Corinthians. So what did you hear? What stuck out to you? What do you think about that rambling I just went on? And write it down, share it with a friend, share it with us. We hope that you are well. We hope that you are safe. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow.